Alright, what's going on guys? Happy Friday, my name is Omega and welcome back to another video. So today I have a couple of pieces of news to go over with you guys. Probably won't be a long video, but definitely some interesting stuff regarding Season 10 as well as the brand new teaser slash trailer that we got yesterday. It's actually what we're going to be starting with in today's video. So for those of you guys that are not yet aware, this always comes out in like the afternoon and the evenings when I'm like done gaming for the day. But Apex Legends dropped new teasers on World's Edge. Basically, in order to activate this, you have to first start by going over to Countdown. There's a little phone there that you can pick up, which kind of like starts the teasers in general. Now, this is going to be the first of, I believe, 3, maybe even 4 teasers. We usually get a teaser like every other day after the first one comes out. So look out for some new ones that we're going to be getting in the next couple of days. Now, after you pick up this device, you get a message saying, "Whole world shaking, finally got Hammond to run tests. Why is no one else freaking out?" And after doing this, if you make your way over to the tunnel that's south of Overlook, you can actually see that the entire tunnel is shaking. It looks like some kind of earthquake is going on, but this is definitely obviously teasing some sort of map change coming to World's Edge. Now, the trailer that Apex posted to their Twitter yesterday was called The Moth and the Flame Chapter 1, and I swear this was like ripped straight out of some kind of Disney story. Basically, obviously, it was explaining, some backstory as to what's going to be coming for the next legend in Season 10. So there's this blind princess that was locked on top of a castle from her parents, who are obviously the king and queen of whatever land that they ruled over. This princess was obviously very sad being locked away on top of a castle. I'm sure she was just bored as fuck. And this dude apparently comes around and starts singing to her from the bottom of the castle. Apparently they fell in love. He made a plan to rescue the princess. However, the king and queen knew what was going on, so they had him arrested. That is literally the entire trailer, just scrunched down into like a little 20-second explanation video. If you guys want to go watch the whole thing, I'll leave a link to it on Twitter. Really wasn't anything mentioned about Apex or anything like that. This is just kind of like to get us started off on what the backstory of the Season 10 legend is most likely going to be. Now, I also want to show you guys this absolutely insane clip that was posted by RK Light over on Twitter. This is actually a huge bug regarding meleeing in Apex Legends. I haven't seen anything like this, but basically this guy was playing Valk. He was going against another Wraith who had her kunai knife out, and for some reason this Wraith had like Commando Pro from Modern Warfare 2, and all of her melees were basically at a super far range. You can even see that the Valk is trying to fly away, and Wraith just jumps up in the air and somehow lands an insane melee shot to actually get the kill.
Finish him!
But we actually got a response here from Josh Medina, who basically said the same thing as me. He said, "Reminds me of Commando and Tac Knife from Call of Duty." And also he said, "I'll see if anyone has looked into this." Now, he hasn't actually responded to this tweet yet, so I'm not too sure what the developers are currently thinking about this bug. Hopefully this is going to get fixed, because I've never seen anything like this, dude, and I would be so mad if that was the reason that I died in Apex. Now, it's been quite some time, but we also have another update on cross progression. So this coming from Chad Grenier over on Twitter. He said that cross progression is still in development, although the recent hacks on Apex and Titanfall have slowed down the progress of it as we context switch to solving live game issues. So that sucks, man. I was really hoping for some kind of set date for when cross progression was going to come out. Please, for the love of God, stop hacking this game. Let the developers actually make things that we want, because that is really frustrating to see. I mean, obviously I want the hackers to be gone, but dude, that sucks, man. It sucks that cross progression is getting delayed just because of these annoying hackers. Now, before we continue on with some developer comments regarding Season 10, I do want to mention to you guys that my sponsor, Glytch Energy, has actually dropped 2 brand new flavors in the last month. The first one being Rocket Pop, and the second one being Falcon Smash. I cannot keep up with the amount of flavors that they're coming out with, and all of these look amazing, so I'm excited to get my hands on some of these. I'm still, just getting some of the older flavors that came out about a month ago. But if you guys are interested in checking out some Glytch Energy, it does help support me and the channel. You can actually use my code Omega at checkout to save 25% off your entire purchase. Definitely really good savings if you're either wanting to try it out for yourself or if you do plan on restocking. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have used my code, but I just want to let you guys know there's 2 new flavors you should definitely check out. Now, in the last part of this video, we're going to go over some developer comments, specifically comments from Respawn Jay Biebs. He actually appeared on the Apex Uncut podcast, and he was talking about some changes that developers are thinking of for Season 10. Now, the first big thing that he went over is obviously relating to Wattson. If you guys remember, about I think 2 weeks ago, Daniel Klein basically said that while Wattson is going to be getting some changes to make her more fun, those changes are going to include some kind of nerf. Well, Respawn Jay Biebs did explain in this podcast, saying that the nerf is most likely going to be related to Wattson's hitbox. For those guys that don't know, low profile was removed a couple of weeks ago in the beginning of Season 9. Basically, that made all of these smaller legends have a lot more survivability, considering that they didn't take any extra damage. So whatever these changes that are coming to Wattson, while they are going to make her more fun, it is also going to come with probably an increase to her hitbox, just so she doesn't become, I guess, too overpowered. That's not my words, that's their words. I don't really think Wattson is super overpowered to begin with. In the right hands, obviously, she's very good, but there's a lot of problems with Wattson. I just don't think she's that fun to play, so hopefully we will be seeing some good changes for Wattson other than this hitbox nerf, which is probably going to be coming around Season 10. Now, he also mentioned that the EVA 8 shotgun is currently very strong and should be expecting some nerfs in a future update. I imagine that's probably going to come around the time that the Season 10 patch notes come. We don't know exactly what's going to be changed about the EVA 8. I'd imagine probably the fire rate or maybe just the amount of damage it does, because it is probably one of the best shotguns in the game right now. Bloodhound was another legend that was also mentioned. Now, as you guys know, the last change that Bloodhound actually got was a reduced time that they could actually see enemies that were scanned. So before Season 9, when Bloodhound used their scan, enemies would appear scanned for about 4 seconds. This was changed in the beginning of Season 9 and dropped down to about 3 seconds. Jay Biebs and some of the other developers did say that they might have to drop this down a little bit more to about 2 seconds, so Bloodhound would only be able to see enemies for that amount of time. And one of the big reasons that Jay Biebs said that they were thinking about this is just because of how it affects competitive play. Bloodhound just seems to be a very easy legend to pick up in especially professional games. They're very easy to play, considering that all you have to do is just kind of like scan your surrounding areas and your entire team knows exactly where everyone is. Crypto was another legend that he obviously talked about, not really providing any like context details on what they could be doing to Crypto, but I imagine it's probably going to have to do with something with Crypto spending too much time in his drone. He talked about that was one of the reasons why many people don't play him, just because Apex is a run and gun type of battle royale, and when you're flying around in a drone, you're not spending really any time doing damage to people. It is highly useful in competitive games, but as for just like the average player who just wants to have fun, he says that there are going to be some changes that would make Crypto more fun to play. Now, the Revenant Octane meta was also brought up during this podcast. Jay Biebs mentioned that they wanted to get some changes out to fix this in time for Season 10. Basically, if you guys don't know, Revenant and Octane have like one of the strongest metas together. When Revenant uses his ultimate and Octane throws down his jump pad, it's almost impossible to predict when this team is going to come at you, and especially when they're in the Revenant ultimate, they just get sent right back to the totem and can re-push you once again. Now, one of the other bigger problems with the Revtane meta is the fact that a lot of times when you go off Octane's jump pad, there's really no audio cues to tell the enemy team that they're using the jump pad. Developers did say in the past that they're looking to fix this. I don't know if these fixes have actually worked the way that they were intended to, and he also said that 2 ways that they're looking of actually fixing the Revenant and Octane meta. The first one being decreasing the amount of health that you spawn back with after using the totem, because right now you get 50 health. Decreasing that health might make it a little bit harder for enemies just to re-push you after they're sent back to the totem. And he also talked about making it a little more easier and obvious where a totem is placed. He actually compared this directly to when Loba throws down her ultimate. There's all of these sound effects and visual effects that happen, and it basically is very easy to know where Loba's ultimate is. So adding something like that to Revenant's totem might make it easier for enemies to know where it's actually located, so they can destroy it and prevent them from respawning. So let me know your guys' thoughts and feedback on everything that was mentioned in today's video. Obviously, we had a lot of kind of just general things to cover, and I imagine in the next couple of days we'll start to learn a little bit more of the specifics of what's coming in Season 10. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I will see you guys all in the next one. Have a fantastic day and weekend. Peace out.